Okay, so we look at Trials Fusion at 21:9. As a kid, balanced cycling flash games were the thing. Whenever we got a few minutes on a PC, we would load up one of the old school flash gaming websites. I can't for the life of me now remember the names of any of them anymore, and just be entertained for hours. Oh, God, they were good days. Anyway, what Trials Fusion feels like to me is a AAA title version of those free-to-play flash games, and it's still great fun. Anyway, before I go on, let's cover the ultra-wide support. So the game has native ultra-wide support, with gameplay correctly showing off more of the track ahead and behind on the sides of the screen. The HUD is sadly stuck to 16:9, and it's annoying because it's most of the time literally just the timer showing, and it feels like it's just being intrusive, not shifting out of the way to the side. It also feels oversized. There should be an ability to shrink it significantly down. All menus are sadly locked to 16:9 with black bars, and the same applies to loading screens, though the garage view is the one menu section that is 21:9. The only real type of cutscene, if you can even call them that, are when you lose control of your character after passing the finish line and the camera watches your rider crash through into some deadly situation, and this is all ultra wide. Also, guys, just make sure to choose aspect correction on so that it doesn't stretch things. It's just in the settings menu. Performance-wise, the game, as you would expect, isn't exactly demanding to run. There isn't a lot of stuff to render, however, it is still a pretty game regardless. There are a wealthy option of graphic settings as well, which is very nice to see, but it is all brought down by two massive issues. Firstly, the game is locked to 60 FPS, which I really don't like, seeing as 60 FPS is the minimum FPS expected on PC, and gaming above 60 is extremely common now. And secondly, the game suffers from significant screen tearing for me when in full screen mode, regardless of the fact that I'm on G-Sync, and yes, I tried V-Sync as well, and it still tears up ridiculously. Thankfully though, I discovered that going to windowed mode removed this problem, so just bear that in mind. So the game is very basic in premise. Get from start to finish as quickly as possible, and you can only go forward and back. The difficulty comes in balancing. You need to balance yourself as you speed through the track to make sure you can stay upright and don't smack your head into the ground. And levels are built to really make you fine-tune how you throw your body weight around. For example, even though there is no jump button, by quickly moving your body back and forward, you can force yourself into a bit of a jump that is necessary to get over certain obstacles, and this kind of ingenuity is needed to a very high degree for harder levels. See, the game has both a load of pre-made levels by the development team, which are all great for getting you learning how to play, and they slowly go up in difficulty and teach you how to better control yourself, etc. And that's a superb place to start. But then there are the levels made by players, and this is where you get a ton of epic maps. See, the game has a huge creator section where you can build your own levels and put them up for people to play. By the way, make sure when you're doing this to use a mouse and keyboard, as using a controller to build these maps will make you tear your hair out. It's so badly designed for a controller. And these maps, like the built-in ones, are classified into difficulty levels, from easy ones to extreme. And when they say extreme, they don't lie. They are unbelievably difficult. I tried for ages and ages to complete even just one extreme level and literally couldn't get close to completion as they're all so hard. But I love that there is a tier like that. It means you won't ever find the game gets boring, and I love the fact that there is a marketplace, so there are a ton of custom maps, because again, you won't get bored as there will always be a ton of stuff to play. It turns a game that could be quickly finished and moved on from into a game that has a long lifespan. Another great part of the game, and really the highlight, is the multiplayer. You can play online or split screen with up to 3 other players, and it's hilariously fun. Failing and struggling to finish a level is nothing alone compared to the stress and hilarity from watching your competitors fail as well, and it's so much better when those people are playing in the same room as you on the same screen. Once again, proving how much fun split screen play is, and why it needs to be in more PC games. Now, whilst playing, you can also unlock new vehicles like bikes or quad bikes or unicorns. Yeah, there's some strange stuff to write about in this, but it's all good fun, and each one controls differently to the others. The final part of the game is tricks. So I mentioned the racing side, but the trick side is where you complete a level, but the aim is to get the most points before the finish. So when in the air, you can pull off a massive host of different movesets to score points, and it is a great side part to the game. I would say it's not really the main interest to most people, but it's cool nonetheless. Now, there are some not fantastic parts of the game, obviously. It does get a little repetitive after a while. The core mechanics are pretty basic, but that said, it's not exactly being sold as a full-priced game. There are also a lot of maps that are just way too short. Menus are terribly designed and just feel like a massive mess to navigate through. There is a lot of DLC built into the game with in-game payments possible, and that really is annoying at times. It's not neatly built into the game, but instead thrown in your face that you need to pay to get a load of different things. So yes, sadly, the game is extremely basic on an ultra-wide level, and I can only give it a WideAsFcuk score of 1, as literally only the gameplay and garage correctly support 21x9 at all, but I do recommend playing this, as it's not expensive to buy, and it genuinely is a great laugh. Especially as the kind of game that you might want to load up when you have a few friends around and you just want to casually play something fun for half an hour or something. So yeah, I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21x9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any of the games at 21x9, head over to my channel or the WideAsFcuk website. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description, and Amazon affiliate links are there too. See you later.
George and I were created by the same AI. I mean, the same humans who made the anomaly AI.
No swimming. An escape bug has been sighted entering the water.